So hey guys, in this 8th episode of Tales of Hurting God series starts with the end of the last part where we are now shown the fight between Chinam and Badarchu, where Chinam was using a small stick to fight with him, and we can see that Chinam had fused so much of his energy inside that small stick that small stick had become more powerful than a wand, with the help of which he had injured Baldar, who was in a very bad condition, in a very bad way. And at the same moment we can see the warrior girl who had not died yet, and she was hanging on top of a beast. Then we see Janam, who was breaking his bones using the same little stick, and he beats Baldarchu and makes blood flow from his body. But now at the same time, Chinam had used so much of his spiritual energy that his body was exhausted very badly. He knew very well that he would not be able to hold on for a long time. Baldarchu knew very well that this child would not be able to hold on for a long time. He tried to take advantage of this, but it had already caused harm to him because Chinam had thrown away the sword from his hands with just one attack. But due to using so much strength and power, Chinam's eyesight had also started getting weak. He started seeing blurred vision in front of his eyes. Then Baldarchu says that I still have my last attack left. He was ready to hit it, due to which many swords were about to collide with Chinam at the moment when they stopped. He starts remembering what his grandmother had told him, that if you give your enemies even a little chance, then remember, child, that moment will be the last moment of your life, due to which Chinam gathers some more courage and says that I have to dodge these attacks at any cost. When he has used his best skill to kill me, then I will also use a very amazing technique to kill him, where Janam shows a little trickery and uses the same stick to injure Badarchu and thrusts his sword in the chest of the one who finally dies due to these attacks, Baldarchu, whose chest had a sword stuck in it, and the game had ended right here. Passing by his side and passing by, we can see the warrior girl, who with our own eyes killed him. He had seen the whole scene, and because of this, his anger towards Chinma had increased even more. These people leave Janmo's body right there and go away. After this, in the next scene, we are shown the scene outside the runway from which all these beasts start going towards the new day. Janmo, who was hanging on a beast, also came down from it, but his body was very exhausted and he was tired. At the same time, at the same moment and at the same place, we see the warrior girl falling, whose condition is very bad because Chinmo had already broken many of her bones, but still she still has courage inside her, where then his eyes fall on Chinma, whose anger is also for Chinma, and now he starts moving towards Janmo's body to kill Janmo. There was no strength left inside him to escape from here and save his life. He started saying that the physical damage on my body is very dangerous. That his body has been removed and there is not much energy left in him. He starts saying that I don't understand how I can save myself now, who was moving forward while running, but then warrior girl reaches near him, who points her wand at Chinam with a lot of anger to kill him, attacks with her wand on Chinam's neck. Chinam thinks that maybe today his life will end right here, but suddenly the sword of warrior girl stops in the air, so much so that he was not even able to move his sword, which scene is very shocking for Chinam as well, that how did this happen. This wand is actually stopped with the help of red threads, because actually now the entry has been made here. Grandma says that little cute girl, you have made such a big mistake by harming our child and injuring him. I started liking you from the very first time I saw you, and Janam was very happy to see his grandmother and other grandparents in front of his eyes, because along with the chief grandfather, all other grandparents had also come here. Grandma says that child Chinam, we have worked very hard to bring you up, and this is the first time that you have spent a night with strangers, and yet you are alive and safe in front of our eyes. Yes, I can definitely say that our hard work has been successful, and that is why from now on we will never worry much about you, because we know that now our child can take care of himself where grandpa is. Blind grandpa and all the other grandpas had also arrived, who showed a very wonderful post to the warrior girl, who had no idea what was going to happen to her here. She starts saying that when you are here, then what happened to our masters? Grandma says, are you talking about those 5 old masters? Don't worry, because I have already taken them to heaven long ago. The skin of all the masters will now be used to make my clothes. Even the effect of this thing starts to be felt on the warrior girl as well, who gets very angry and goes to attack grandma with her sword, but it was not so easy to do this because her sword attack had already stopped, and at the same moment grandpa too attacks warrior girl with the help of his knife. That actually there is a fire attack, and with this his body gets destroyed. After which all the grandpas come in front of Janam, and Janam says that, Grandpa, how long have you been looking for me? Then grandpa tells that, we had come here when you were on that beast and were fighting with that man, but on seeing us it seemed as if you did not do your training properly. That is why it took you so long to defeat him, because to defeat that man, only 4 or 5 moves had to be used, due to which his body would be torn into pieces and he would have died at the same time. Janam starts telling them that when you people had come here earlier like this and were watching my fight, you must have seen how I defeated that man, risking my life. He defeated him and even killed him, whereupon a blind grandfather came to him and started saying that you still have a mortal body which is slowly being formed in this spiritual body. Maybe that is why it took you so much time to defeat him, who was pointing in the other direction because he was blind. Then Janam comes to him and says that, Sergi, I am here. Then Chief Grandpa comes to him and starts saying that the killing knife technique you used actually belongs to the Combat Skills Academy, and the person who was controlling this word must have a connection with the same academy, because look, no matter which combat skill it is, both hands need to be used to control the weapon. You have to do something like your spiritual power should reach your hands through both hands inside the weapon, so that whenever and however you use the skill, its maximum level can be achieved. If you use it, your attack power increases a lot and you will be able to attack so dangerously in a single move that you can destroy anything, and controlling this wand is also a type of martial skill. The art of using it is different for every martial art because every person uses his special power in his own way. We can never tell by looking at someone how he will use it. Waving swords in the air and controlling them is considered a very big art, because of which we can use both hands and can hit anywhere with the help of swords, but because of this our attack strength becomes very weak, and in the academy we are taught about these things only that we control them. How to increase the power of your attack, in which he feels that yes, my attack also had very less power. The technique I was using was amazing, but there was no strength in it. Maybe this could also be because I have not completely awakened my mortal body yet. It is not that it is not possible for me to do so. Due to which he was very disappointed. Then grandma comes to him and starts saying that, child, you should not be disappointed in this way. What happened? You have not been able to awaken your mortal body yet. Rather, you should be happy that you killed the criminals who were more powerful than you, which would hardly be possible for anyone to do. Now you just have to wait for your immortal body to awaken. Even Yan Kang, who is the Imperial Master, is number 1 among all the gods. One person is known as. I don't think he would have the ability to do it as well as you can. On hearing this, Jinam becomes happy and he starts saying that now I have to awaken my mortal body in some way or the other as soon as possible. That is why he immediately reaches his pharmacist grandfather and he starts telling him that I have not drunk even a bit of spiritual blood since yesterday. If you have any, then please give it to me. Then the pharmacist grandfather says that I have already prepared it for you, who immediately brings 4 cups in front of Chinam, seeing which Janam becomes very happy and starts drinking all the cups one by one. He was emptying the cups filled with blood one by one, due to which the lack of spiritual power inside his body is being fulfilled. She had passed away. We could see a lot of spiritual power inside her body now. Seeing this scene, Chief Grandpa starts saying that Nemo back, really, you have done a great job. Chinam thinks that Chief Grandpa, I have found a very good way to refine all these edges. Actually, whenever I run, I practice even better. He says that the faster I run, all my injuries and my spiritual power will recover faster. Because of this, Chinam immediately started running with great speed. Seeing this scene, all the grandpas get shocked because just a while ago, this child was not even able to walk, and now it seems as if his speed has increased a lot more than before. So it seems that Grandpa, you people can see how much my power and my speed have increased, which is something that everyone is waiting to see. All the grandfathers start running after him. Farm sister Grandpa starts saying that just a while ago his strength was completely gone, but we had never thought that his spiritual power would increase so much by drinking a few cups of spiritual blood. We could even see it clearly on his body. So while watching the thing, one grandfather starts saying that when I had reached the peak of my spirit feathers realm, then I got my palm thunder technique, after which I had mastered boxing skills, and Sam starts telling the same thing to them. Grandpa Tucci starts telling that one day I was flying in the air while talking to the air when I fought with such a wind that I fell from a height of thousands of feet, but my life was saved. All the grandfathers are talking about this. I was thinking that after reaching the level at which those people got their powers in their bodies, I have already gained powers before that without awakening the immortal body. Just like all the grandfathers start thinking whether this technique of Chin really works. Sometimes it happens that such moments also come in our life that we learn all the things without being taught. Then Grandpa Tucci reaches near Chin and he starts challenging him for a race. Just like Chin also increased his speed, and all the grandfathers were also going behind him. He was feeling that today and at this time the strength in his body is much more than before, and maybe today with the help of this energy and magic sound, he can also break the wall present inside his spiritual world, for which he will have to use the same magic sound again. He starts saying that if I really do this and also acquire my immortal body, then definitely all the grandpas will be very happy. While running away, all the grandpas were following him. Immediately after that, Chin, while running away from here, starts repeating any chanting from them because he had memorized all those things and he was moving forward repeating the same. It seems that the magic sound I was using last time, I changed all those sounds into my voice and my magic word. This is the only way due to which he will be able to break through his spiritual powers. He starts using all those chantings and his spiritual power to break that wall, but on seeing it, it seemed as if the strength of the wall was also more than before. Chinam starts saying that maybe his own voice is not enough to defeat it, even though his energy has increased a lot, but to break the wall, he will have to use the same power as he did last time. Otherwise this wall will keep making itself stronger every time. Then Chinam starts remembering about his allergies, using whose energy he will probably be able to break it. Then we see Chinam, who was still running inside the forest, in whose spiritual world we can see both sides. One is goddess and one is demon god, above whom even the grand pass cannot be crossed. There was an eye, and this time Chinam runs and jumps straight inside the water. As soon as he jumps inside the water, we are shown a very big explosion which Chief Grandpa sees and starts saying that does it really have the powers of gods and demons inside it? To see the further story, subscribe to the channel quickly.